Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. It is here, the giant final issue spectacular Crisis on Infinite Earths issue 12 Facsimile edition by Wolfman, Pérez, and Ordway. I have this turquoise sketch cover, and I was like, why is it turquoise? And then I opened the book and I realized that the original color was sort of turquoise in the back. Man, George Pérez has always been one of my favorite artists. He arguably made me want to become a comic book artist. I was like Perez Cologne when I was 12 years old, and I absolutely adored and worship him and still do. Look at the Kirby crackle happening in the anti-monitor's little chest cavity there. That is so amazing. The perspective of this is gorgeous. If you know the history of George Perez, he burst onto the scene as this like bombastic artist rife with potential, but maybe not the best drawing skills. And after an editor told him he didn't know how to draw perspective, he just started pouring himself into learning his craft, and just is arguably one of the best, most legendary comic artists of our time. I love a series like Crisis. I got into DC Comics because of George Perez and Teen Titans, and I loved his art. I was like a Marvel zombie. I had to cheat and start reading DC, and I got into it right before Crisis. And I swear Crisis is probably the best title for somebody who loves George Perez and doesn't know a whole shit ton about the DC universe. I got to see all the characters. Oh my gosh, Dolphin, how amazing. It's so crazy how much of Jerry Ordway is in the inking here. Yet, what a magical combination with George Perez. I mean, he really helped refine and define the look of the book. I love that right there. Oh my gosh, Brainiac, one of the other best designs. I feel like George Perez might have had a hand in the design of the new Brainiac. Marv Wolfman, writer, editor, George Perez, co-plotter, penciler, Jerry Ordway, embellisher, John Costanza, letterer, and Tom Ziocco, colorist. Like, how great is this? The shit's hitting the fan. It had to happen. Batman and the Outsiders. Another one of my favorite books. Alan Davis, another influential artist on me. Look at all the panels. The juggling act of doing a book of this magnum scope of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I say this when I review Crisis, but as great as the story was, as beautiful as the art was, as earth-shattering an event as it was, did it ruin everything? And part of me feels like it did in a way. Like things just, the old DC universe just kept creeping back in anyway. So, they finally did a sort of well, everything counts in large amounts, and, they all exist. So I guess that's good, right? It's so fun. I always loved the little treat of seeing, Halo and Geoforce and other characters that Perez didn't really draw on the regular. Just everyone's here. Deadman. I mean, it is so good. Spectre. What a great, great, great. I feel like there's something to this page. Yes, this could be the page. There are a couple of art things here and there, and I believe this is a page penciled by Perez and inked, penciled by Ordway and inked by Perez. But I'm not 100% that Ordway penciled it. I am 100% that Perez inked it, though. Those look just totally like his inks. I know his inks. I love his inks. He's the best inker on himself. This is Ordway. But, Flash is gone. Supergirl's gone. I think those were two of the biggest, most newsworthy events to come out of Crisis. The Anti-Monitor, so great. Love Flamebird. Oh my god, love all these characters going back and forth. I mean, this is a blockbuster movie, right? To end all blockbusters. Is that Peacemaker just casually floating about? I didn't know much about him at the time. Who knew he would gain such prominence in, DC over the years? There is just a lot going on here. Alexander Luthor, Harbinger, Pariah, the characters created for Crisis to help execute the story, really. were always some of my favorites and definitely designed by Pérez. Love the Psycho Pirate. Love the female Dr. Light. Love everything about this. This is so good. I was just like, I can't even imagine how it must have felt to complete this. It must have been like so satisfying on so many levels, like to actually pull it off. Maxi series weren't really the thing back then. I think Camelot 3000 might have been the first long 12 issue maxi series. So there was a lot, you know, at stake here. I mean, what if people, I'm sure people hated it. They must have hated it, but you know, you kind of have to take what you get when it comes to comics. But they kind of, I mean, some people must have loved it. I loved it as a new reader. So, how do you feel? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What impact did Crisis have on you as a reader moving forward, or as a reader, like, you know, beholden to the past of DC? Like, how did you feel about having it all wiped out in a Thanos snap? Anyway, love this last page. Definitely inked by Perez. It is beautiful. The Psycho Pirate, like, losing his mind. He remembers the Crisis. Not everyone does. It's so cool, right? I don't know. Fun to revisit. Can't believe they reprinted all 12 issues. I've only reviewed like a handful. I'll get to them all eventually. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and pick up your facsimile / artifact copies when you see them. Thanks, guys.